from CFC Fan TV. Now I'm joined by the wonderful Robbie from Aftv. You're right, babe.
I'm even wearing blue for you.
I know, thank goodness. It's got some tinter red though, tinter red in there.
Me, man,
I'm not really sporting the colours today.
Got
It's
some
too
really
outside. I know, yeah, God's sake. As you all know, you've seen my previews so far this week. Chelsea have a huge game against Arsenal at the weekend at Stamford Bridge. I'm absolutely buzzing. Oh, I was going to swear then. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing for it.
It's your first home game, isn't it?
First home game, huge game. First game for Sarri in charge at Stamford Bridge. Many of us, I don't know if you saw us against Huddersfield, but we were pretty impressive. Now you don't want to get ahead of yourself though, because Huddersfield obviously aren't, you know, the Man City of the world. But just our all-round play had improved a little bit, and our new players coming in seemed to gel very well together. And I mean, Jorginho especially was shone, and also allowed Kante to sort of move a bit further up, and he got our first goal of the season. So I'm confident. Are you confident? Tell me about Arsenal though, because I know you've made some. Troops is actually a bit buzzing about the signings, although he doesn't think you spent enough money.
We haven't spent enough money. I mean, you spent what, 70 million on a goalkeeper. That's more than what we spent on
71.6.
We spent that on 5 players. So we haven't spent enough money, but what we've done, which I like, is we bought players in the positions that we needed. So goalkeeper, centre back, defensive midfielder. You know, we bought backup right back. So we bought. You know, it's been a decent summer. We bought our players in early, but obviously that's quite a few players to gel in. We got off to the toughest start you could possibly. I think these two. The first 2 games, like when I saw the fixtures come out, I was like, oh my God.
You'd actually want a little bit more time to settle in, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Those results could be different further down the line in the season. You never know.
Yeah, possibly. You know what I mean? So I think I'm under no illusions. I mean, I don't know what Troop said, but for me, I'm under no illusions.
Troop thinks you're going to win, 100%. I mean, listen. The only reason
going to Stamford Bridge.
No, I mean, the only
your
reason
first home game, all your fans are going to be buzzing up for it. It's going to be really difficult.
I think, to be fair, Troops is buzzing because I think, well, for me, even so, I'm worried because I know that Arsenal are the one team that sort of know how to play against us, and we haven't won against you. I think it's like 6 games, ages.
Yeah, I was surprised at that stat.
Yeah, it's been ages. So I was there like, right, well, and I have seen us play against you, especially when we play away from home against you. We seem to be very slow, very timid.
But at Stamford Bridge, you got a good record. I mean, I know we drew last year.
That was a bit of a poor game, I thought, though.
Yeah, but at Stamford Bridge, you've been very strong. And as I said, it's your first home game, so your fans are going to be really up for it, really buzzing. It's against us, so that adds to it. I suppose we're going to be a bit of an unknown quantity because there's going to be a lot of new players.
There are a lot of new players I haven't heard of before, for being honest.
Lucas Torreira, I hope he starts because he's sort of our version to Kante that we bought in a guy now. Sort of defensive midfielder. He's quite small in stature, but he looked good when he came on at the weekend. So,
do you want Leno to start in goal? Troops is not a fan of Czech, is he?
Yeah, he doesn't.
He ain't a fan.
Do you know the thing is, right, with Czech, he had a brilliant pre-season. Everybody thought that possibly he'd be out the door.
He did save
and he had a fantastic pre-season. And even in that game, right, he had that little moment where he nearly scored an own goal, which was terrible. But after that, he made some great. He saved a brilliant one-on-one with Aguero. I think. Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he was in goal for that game. But I think what's worrying fans is that Unai Emery now he wants to play out from the back.
Okay, overall predictions for the match. How do you think it's going to go?
Do you know what?
Even I want to laugh because you have a habit of pulling something out of nowhere against us.
I fancy it could be. I don't. If I have to be 100% honest here, I don't see us winning because we're still a team in transition. As I said, we're trying to play the ball out from the back. It's a new style of play.
Not at home, are you?
And we're not at home, and it's such a difficult start. But I could see possibly us nicking a draw. You know, we've got players on the counter-attack in Aubameyang, Lacazette that can do damage to any team.
Yeah.
And I do think, even though we did concede 2 goals against Man City, I did see signs that the defence is a bit tighter than it's been. So, you know, it's so unknown territory for me because...
I mean, your final third, from what I hear at the weekend, wasn't that great. Ours most certainly isn't that great. I mean, most of our goals come from our midfield, so...
It wasn't that great because City were that good, so they didn't allow us to play. We had a couple of chances, we didn't take them. But I just felt that we were a bit more solid, even though City beat us 2-0.
Yeah.
So... And as I said, I'm intrigued to see how the new manager's going to play. I know that Arsene Wenger, if he went there, he goes toe to toe, home and away.
Yeah.
I think this guy's Unai Emery's different. He's more of a tactician.
Yeah.
I get the feeling he might go there and be a bit more cautious at Chelsea. You know what I mean? Maybe, defend a lot deeper and just try and catch you on the counter attack.
Probably a good idea because we've got some very fiery new players.
It's so interesting to me to see how it's going to go. So I don't know. We've got a decent record, maybe a draw.
Truth reckons too soon.
I feel it. You know what? Right? I went to the pre-season, which we sat in there for draw. We won on penalties, but I was really impressed with that Hudson Odoi.
Chelsea fans love him. Actually, a lot of fans were mad that he didn't play against Huddersfield. But I think actually, Sarri, he is more open to playing these youngsters.
Yeah.
But he's still trying to find his best starting 11. And
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, obviously Hazard didn't even start that game because he was given a rest, which I think was quite a brave thing for a new manager to do. They normally
but he came on, didn't he?
Came on towards the end, made an instant impact, obviously. But I think it's going to take a bit of time for him to just incorporate them more in with our more senior players.
It's interesting. It's two new managers.
Two new managers, two completely different styles of play.
Yeah, but I just think like with us, there's more change. I mean, it's because you guys are used to having new managers. This is our first new manager for 22 years. Quite a lot of new players in there. I think you've got to make Chelsea the favourites. As I said, it's your first home game. But don't be surprised if Arsenal turn up and get a little draw. I'm not gonna sit here and think that we'd win. I would be quite happy, considering the start that we got. If we got a draw out of it, I'll take that right now.
Okay.
If we win the game, well.
Shut up, it's not going to happen. All right, Robbie thinks a draw. I'm going to go 3-2, but I'm not gassing myself up too much because I've gone wrong quite a few times here. Anyway, guys, comment below what do you think the score's going to be, and me and Robbie will see you on the match day. We're going to be doing all sorts of interviews. Hopefully it's a win for us, but I'm not getting too overconfident, but we're going to win. Go on, you please.